Welcome to the Game Audio Resource WiseCube Guide Series. In this guide, we'll focus on vocal exertions for entity idle status. This is quite a hacky process and not a recommended way to implement in a professional company. However, this demonstrates even with limited events, we can still add completely new content without the need for extra new code. This step will set up a unique structure that can be used when the player character is idle or not moving. We will also give the option to play different types of idle dialogue depending on the health status of the player character. In the Project Explorer Audio tab, navigate to the Vocal Player Actor Mixer. Right-click, then select New Child, then Switch Container. Name it vocal_player_idle. In the Properties Editor General Settings tab, we shall assign the bus to SFX VO Dialogue Player Character. Right-click the Switch Container, then select New Child, then Random Container. Name it vocal_player_idle_below water. Right-click the random container, then select the sound SFX and name it Silence. In the Contents Editor, click Add Sources, then select Wise Silence. Right-click the Switch Container, then select New Child, then Blend Container. Name it vocal_player_idle_above water. Right-click the blend container, then select New Child, then Random Container. Name it vocal_player_idle_above water_health_high. Select the random container, then in the Properties Editor General Settings tab, change the play mode to Continuous. Select Loop, then tick Transitions, change Type to Trigger Rate, change the duration to 15, then open the Duration Randomizer window, tick Enabled, then set Min Offset to -8 and then Max Offset to 5. Now click on the Advanced Settings tab, tick Override Parent, tick Limit Sound Instances to 1, then globally, set When Limit is Reached to Kill Voice, set When Priority is equal to Discard Newest Instance. Copy the random container into the same hierarchy location. Name it vocal_player_idle_above water_health_low. Drag the free audio assets into the two random containers. Place them under the path SFX, vocal, player, then dialogue. Select the blend container, then in the Properties Editor General Settings tab, click the Blend Tracks Edit button. Add a new blend track. Name it vocal_player_idle. Tick the crossfade box. Then assign the path, Game Parameters, Default Work Unit, Player Health. Close the Blend Track Editor. In the Contents Editor, add the low and high health random containers. Ensure low is added first. Back in the Blend Track Editor window, change the low_health to start at 0, then change the endpoint to 40. Change the high_health to start at 40, then drag the block to the end at 100. Close the Blend Track Editor window. Select the Vocal Player Idle Switch container, then in the Properties Editor General Settings tab, switch Group, assign the path State Groups, Default Work Unit, Player and Water. In the Contents Editor, assign the following: Above Water Blend Container to None and No, and Below Water Random Container to Yes. Locate and select the foot_player event. In the Event Editor Actions list, right-click, select New Action, then Stop. Right-click again, select New Action, then Play. Navigate to the Actor Mixer Hierarchy Audio tab, Vocal Player Idle Switch Container, drag it onto the new Play and Stop event actions. Select the Play action, then change Delay value to 10, Delay Randomizer values to min offset -1, max offset 5. Save your Wwise project updates and generate the sound banks. In this step, we will implement a more basic structure for an enemy entity to randomly trigger idle vocalizations. We will use the ogre as an example. Navigate to the Project Explorer Audio tab Vocal Work Unit, right-click, then select New Child Actor Mixer. Name it Vocal_Ogre. With the Actor Mixer selected, in the Properties Editor General Settings tab, Output Bus, assign it to the path SFX Vocal. Right-click the Actor Mixer, then select New Child, then Random Container. Name it Vocal_Ogre_Idle. With the random container selected, in the Properties Editor General Settings tab, change the play mode to Continuous. Tick Loop, tick Transitions, then change the type to Trigger Rate. Set the duration value to 3, then in the Randomizer window, tick Enabled, then set min offset to -1 and max offset to 3. With the random container selected, go to the Properties Editor Advanced Settings tab, tick Override Parent, tick Limit Sound Instances to, change value to 1 globally, change Limit is Reached to Kill Voice, change Priority is equal to Discard Newest Instance. Now import the free assets. Place them under the path SFX Vocal Ogre Exertion. We will now set up a default sizing set of attenuations for use with any 3D vocal content. In the Project Explorer Share Sets tab, locate the 3 footstep attenuations from Chapter 7. Then copy them into the Vocal Work Unit. Then duplicate the 3 events so you have 2 of each size. Name each sizing corresponding with the names seen on screen. Open the Vocal Large Close Attenuation, then set the following values. Max distance to 75. Remove all points in the graph. Then add points at output bus volume 7.5 and distance 0.0. Add a second point at output bus volume 35 and distance -30. Change the curves between 7.5 and 35 to logarithmic base 1.41. Change the curve between 35 and 75 to logarithmic base 3. Open the Vocal Large Far Attenuation, then set the following values. Max distance 100. Remove all points in the graph. Then add point at output bus volume 10, distance 0. Change the curve between 10 and 100 to logarithmic base 3. Open the Vocal Medium Close Attenuation, then set the following values. Max distance to 50. Remove all points in the graph. Then add points at output bus volume 7.5 and distance 0.0. Then at output bus volume 32 and then distance -30. Change the curves between 7.5 and 32 to logarithmic base 3. Change the curve between point 32 to 50 to logarithmic base 3. Open the Vocal Medium Far Attenuation, then set the following values. Max distance 70. Remove all points in the graph. Then add points at output bus volume 7.5 and distance 0.0. Then at output bus volume 40, distance -31. Change the curve between points 7.5 and 40 to logarithmic base 3, then change the curves between 40 and 70 to logarithmic base 3. Open the vocal small close attenuation, then set the following values: max distance 35, then remove all points in the graph. Then add points at output bus volume 5, distance 0.0. Change the curve between 5 and 35 to logarithmic base 3. Open the vocal small far attenuation, then set the following values: max distance 50, remove all points in the graph, then add a point at output bus volume 7.5, distance 0.0. Change the curve between the points 7.5 and 50 to logarithmic base 3. The default attenuations are now set up for all vocal types. Return to the actor mixer hierarchy, vocal, ogre, idle, random container, then in the properties editor, positioning tab, add the following settings: tick override parent, tick enable positioning, change the drop down menu to 3D, then in the attenuation assign the following path: my cube, vocal, then vocal _ medium _ close. In the Project Explorer Events tab, locate the event foot _ ogre. In the Events Editor list, right-click, then select New Action, then Play. Change the delay value to 0.02, then change the probability value to 50. Then right-click the list, select New Action, then Stop, then Stop. Change the delay value to 2. Then in the Project Explorer Audio tab, locate the vocal, ogre, idle, random container. Drag it onto the two new Action, Play and Stop events. Save your Wwise project updates, then generate the sound banks. In this step, we will test our Wwise data updates. Boot up the game and connect Wwise to the game. Then load the Wwise profiler layout. Move the player character, then come to a stop. Wait for the idle content to trigger a few times before adjusting triggering values.
Let's move. Let's get moving.
Load a single player map. In Wwise, solo any enemy entity's idle hierarchy. Wait for the entity to spawn, then wait for the entity to stop moving a few times for the idle content to trigger. Once you are happy with the balancing you have added, close the game, save your Wwise project updates, then generate the sound banks. Finally, run a Wwise integrity report to check for any data errors.